that sit right back and hear them tell the tale of a podcast crew who gather around their mighty drink to give their point of view. As man is a panel fire, he shows that he has fun, and Donny, our host, will jump along, guiding us through the storm, guiding us through the storm. Big T's our rock, he keeps us true, he often gets his say, and just alive he knows the girls and everything Dragons win, and everything Dragons win. The Mad Dragon podcast is a journey unforeseen, with Tasman and Donny too, and there's Big T and Coco, just the start, Mazza and the other crew, here on the Mad Dragon podcast.
Well, good day, Dragons fans. I'm Big T, pinching a punch for the first day of the month. Welcome to the Mad Dragons podcast. We're here again after our win against Parramatta. This is your home of for opinions, a healthy dose of heartbreak, and a small, blind optimism. It's Tuesday night. Grab a beanie and a cuppa. It's going to be cold. We're heading down the Hume Highway this week. We're going down to GIO Stadium, where the mercury is set to plummet. This Saturday, our beloved Dragons go down to the icebox they call GIO Stadium, taking on the ladder leaguers. They're sitting up there looking down on us going, scum. Top of the pile, Canberra Raiders. Canberra sitting pretty in spot one. But I advise you to look away now if you want to. We have only won 4 games in 19 at GIO Stadium or Canberra. That's huge. That's 20%, around 20%. Funny's a footy game. Canberra are flying, using their bruising packs, sharp spine, and a huge crowd that'll be baying for blood. I'm telling you now, they want to win another win. But the Dragons have the knack of doing unexpected. I'm tipping them. I don't know if anyone else is, but I'm tipping the Dragons to play. We wouldn't be able to do this without Jeff and the team at Warehouse Complete Solutions. Complete Warehouse Solutions, I should say. If you're into warehousing, phone down 6 Commerce Drive, Lake Illawarra. Call them on 0417 223 409 or 02 4257 1930. That's if you're into warehousing. Okay, bringing our team. We haven't got Coco tonight. She was supposed to be here. But we've got Rob the Menai Dragon. Pardon?
She's got COVID. Get well soon, Coco, as well.
It's got COVID. Okay. Menai Dragon, live and believe that Brian Lawson is alive in the Red V. He's always backing us. Jess, we know, is here, NRLW specialist. We're going through our NRLW sides later. And a bit of Jersey flag. And Billy the kid, pew pew. Shoot those guns, mate. We've got him in tonight. And I hope you're optimistic too, Billy. We haven't got any behind enemy lines yet, but we'll go into our team. We'll go into the ladder first. Do you want to read the ladder, Bill?
Yeah, for sure. So in first, we're reversing this away, Canberra Raiders. Second, the Bulldogs. Storm third. Warriors fourth, rounding out the top 4. And then 5th to 8th, we've got Broncos, Roosters, Panthers, and Dolphins. And then from 9th to 12th, we see Eagles, Cronulla Sharks, the Dragons, North Queensland Cowboys. 13th is Newcastle Knights. 14th is the Tigers. 15th, Parramatta Eels. 16th, South Sydney Rabbitohs. And the current Wooden Spooners, as of this moment, the Gold Coast Titans.
Yeah, well, look at us sitting in 11th. Hopefully we can beat that first side this week.
Big ask.
Okay.
Very big ask.
Okay, I think Rob's going to run through the team.
Yep, at fullback we've got Gutho, on the wings, Finau and Sloan. In the centres, Sully and Allen. Obviously, we lost a few. We have LKT at 6. We have Kyle Flanagan at halfback, Emery Gula at prop, and we also have Clemmer. And what a great Clem played last match. He's 250th at prop, and Cookie at hooker. And we have a player that I like, Talo Mariner, back, and Sewer, and good old JDB So obviously, Fatala Mariner and Sura in the second row, and JDB at lock. On our bench, we've got Little at 14, his usual position. We got the Locomotive back, Pacific Timer, which is good to see. Sele, who is in the team, and Michael Molo. So obviously, we've got a lot of injuries. Blake Laurie, 18th man, and in the reserves for Fifita and Nick the Greek and Ilias and how do you pronounce it?
Alan Gahu.
Alan Gahu at 22, and coached by Shane Flanagan.
But a lot of outs, isn't there, Big T?
There's a lot of outs this week. Injury poll and also State of Origin. We lost Valentine Holmes due to State of Origin. So, Alan and Sloan there on the wing. Sloan's only back because we've lost so many players, I think. So where are we now? Well, we haven't got Coco with us tonight. But I think we'll do a bit of this.
They're slugging it out in the middle of the field. The Dragon's front row has knocked his block off.
Block is knocked off.
It's time to look at the one-on-one battles that will decide the game. Will it be the key position players? Will the fight be one out wide? Or will it be one up front? Strap yourself in for Coco's Clashes!
It's Coco's Clash. She's not here today. So, Rob, what are you most looking forward to? The clashes on the field, mate.
Oh, mate, I'm looking really forward to Horsburgh and Tarpany up against our boys. Gula, ex-Canberra player, and also Clem. I just thought Clem was great for his time on 50th, and I honestly think he's improved since he's come to the Dragons. Obviously getting used to Flano's system, so we had some harsh critics, I think, on Clem. Gula's obviously, improving a little bit as well. So it's really time for those boys to step up, because against Big Red, Queenslander, Big T, we'll have to be on
shocker mission, Big T from the Queensland team.
A shocker mission, I thought it was too. I thought, Horsburgh, he's a half back in a proper's body, that bloke. He can do everything. He can probably kick goals. He can probably kick goals as well. But
Tarpany as well too. I mean, we all go on about Payne Haas and Adam Fanua-Blake and players like that, but Tarpany's got to be up there as one of the best props in the game. I mean, he does and how he leads that team, he's very inspirational. He's a bit like Tino at the Gold Coast. I know Gold Coast aren't winning, but players just play for him. You know what I mean? But yeah, Fogarty against Flanagan. That's a massive battle as well too. I think, especially the kicking. So Flanagan's going to have his probably one of his better kicking games for us to beat the Raiders. But that means us obviously going forward as well too. And then it's just so hard, Big T. I mean, obviously they're first for a reason. Across the park, the Raiders are just so bloody strong.
He's got a well-balanced squad this year.
Ricky's got them playing. I don't know. He's got them playing like they're just playing with such passion and pride in the jersey, and they're playing for the whole 80 minutes. If you notice, for the Raiders, I know there's a couple of games there maybe that that have been not that way, but other than that, mate, they're freaking well, mate. They're 80-minute team. So that's the battle for me, is us playing for. I think you said, Big T, without going off subject, that we were worried that we play for 40 minutes and then the next bloody 40 minutes seems to be the second half. We can have a quick start and then we just tune out or something. Something happens.
Yeah. We could have easily lost that game against the Eels the other night. We could have easily lost that.
Mate, 100%. I mean,
that's right,
yeah.
Really, what are you most looking forward to, bud?
I really want to see how Lycan King Togia backs up his performance. He showed his running threat, and same with Cook. The spine looked pretty strong in that first half from what I watched, because I only got to see it the first half, and I'm just hoping we can do that again against Raiders, because they're pretty fit, and a tough side to get through. So we're gonna have to pose some sort of threat.
And Jess?
Well, funny you mentioned Lycan King Togia. I think that's going to be a good battle again. He's up against Ethan Strange. Ethan Strange, he's having a tremendous year for them as well. I reckon he'll play for New South Wales in the next few years, the way he's going. He has a great foil for Jamal Fogarty as well. I want to commend Ricky Shoot. He's done well in his recruitment. It's very hard to get attract players to Canberra, as we know the weather's so cold down there, especially this time of year. We know he goes to England and does his recruiting there. But you mentioned KO Weeks as a good young player, Big T.
Years ago.
With Velio Tamale. Plus they've got like Owen Paddy off the bench. They're bringing some good young players. Zach Hosking's he does a real job for them as well.
Starling, he's bloody fantastic.
Yep, Tamale, obviously he's injured now, but he's been very good for them. Probably one of the buys that I think the way he was going, he was probably going to get Rookie of the Year before he went down. Another player we let come through the cracks, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But sort of happy that Papali'i and Hudson Young won't be there this weekend because they've been two of the reasons why they're up there as well.
That's right. And Ricky's young bloke on the wing there, he's in because Finau's going into a broken kneecap or something.
Tamale.
That's the only Tamale. I'm sorry. South Tamale. Yeah, he's out there with a knee injury. So, and Stewart scored 2 games and 2 tries, I think. So we've got to watch that kid.
Yeah,
right.
Mate.
My matchup is going to be Sewer up against Hoskins. He's a good player, Hoskins. His dad played for Manly, I think, David Hoskins.
Hoskins.
So, yeah, it's going to be a good matchup, that one.
Semi Sasangi is another good play. He played 80 minutes last week. He's been in the Raiders side every week, and he was at Newcastle before that. He couldn't crack their team at Newcastle, so it's funny that.
Yeah,
hey, while
different coach.
I got a scoop for you guys, even though Scoop's not here. I had a coffee with a 1970s player, ex-Dragons player, which I think I know a guy, a very nice guy. And while I was having a coffee, we met a board member. Well, obviously this guy knows a board member. I know of him, but I don't know him personally. And I'm not going to mention the name, but I was told that Atkinson will be the chief playmaker next year, and his first pick, and he'll be running the team. And whoever is the half out play with Atkinson, whether it's 5'8" or halfback or whatever, that'll be the rest of them. So Atkinson apparently has been brought to the club to run the team next year.
Oh,
so there's no favouritism from what and this guy is a significant guy on the board in St George, and it wasn't Peter Douse. So yeah, I think Atkinson will be running the team next year. So nepotism wise, I think Flano's already decided that Atkinson's running the team next year, unless he falls apart or gets injured or God knows what. But yeah, so
that's not saying what next year's team going to look like. He might have got rid of Jack DeBellin to put Kyle into lock position next year. Who knows?
I don't know, but Atkinson's coming for 3 years, right? So I just thought that's a little bit of an inside scoop. I mean, we could have all probably predicted that, but it's come from the horse's mouth, so it's pretty significant. So I just thought I'd put it out there.
Good stuff. Thank you very much, Rob.
I just want to give, not often we do, but Kyle Flanagan, probably your best game in the Dragons jumper on Saturday night.
Yeah, it didn't surprise me that he played well. I think he's a good player, but he hasn't got the players around him to make him a superstar. You know what I mean? Like, if he had the forwards,
he's not a main man. He's not going to.
Joey Johns.
He could be.
Yeah, Joey Johns made a significant point, and I think Kyle picked up on it. I'm not saying he picked up from Joey, but he's too much sideways from Kyle, and he needs to run straight to the line. And he did that against Parramatta. If you noticed, he ran straight to the line. So makes a big difference.
The game was good as well.
Yeah,
I thought both our halves were good against Parramatta, but I think they lost their way in the second half.
Absolutely.
And I don't know what Flanagan said at half time, but
I don't know
it didn't work, whatever it was.
Far out.
Flanagan put them to sleep.
Pardon, what was that, Jess?
Does Flanagan put them to sleep like Hook used to do?
Oh, jeez, I don't know. I really don't know.
Jess, you
Anyway.
need to jump the fence with the bloody wooden spoon, mate, and go whack him on the arse or something to wake him up. So you're ahead, you idiots. What are you doing?
Yeah, Billy, just any surprises in that team?
Michael Molo, he hasn't been in the side all year.
Yep.
Good to see
His
him
first
there.
game,
Hopefully he plays well for us. You know,
Yeah.
I don't mind him as a player. I think he's okay. But yeah, it should be good to see what he does.
And Rob, do you think Flanagan might be playing games and for Talamara might drop out, and one of the other players might come to the team?
I think it's a strong chance. We all know Flanagan is like that. He's real old school, leaving it to the hour before the game, and you know what I mean, and making a late change like that. So I absolutely think, mate, I'm 80% over the line on that one. That maybe that team that we're looking at now might be changed by maybe even a couple of players come, you know, an hour before the game. I've no doubt. He's synonymous with doing it, Flanagan.
I would love to see Halangahu debut. Last, I know you
Back rower, Jess?
Yeah, he's a back rower. Well, Rob, you heard me call in on Bossy the other day on SEN.
Yeah,
and he's got big reps on him. He's got similarities to David Fifita. He said he's real strong, powerful back rower.
He is.
Yeah. Well, like Vossi said on SEN, he commentates the game, so he knows the players pretty well, even the New South Wales Cup boys. And he said, I don't know how the hell this guy doesn't get a go, he doesn't get a start. So
he said he's got NRL written all over him.
Yeah, I mean, that's how we got the Couchman boys in there. We got Egan in there. So there's no better time, really, with all these injuries, to give a young guy a start like that. I mean, he could represent this guy from, you know, he's probably become that good.
Well, he's 6'2" and weighs 110 kilos.
Yeah. Oh, he's a solid
huge boy. Huge boy. Fafita's about that big too, isn't he?
He's only 18 or 19. So
yeah. Well, Flanagan said a couple of weeks ago that he is very impressed with our juniors coming through. And he's saying he's letting players go because he knows we've got better coming in.
Is that why Dylan might have been let go?
Possibly, because you've got those players coming through. And
I also think he's going to definitely he wants to get. Well, this is what I heard as well too. It's going to be one or two big names in the next year or so that he's going to go. He's definitely going to go in for the full Monty. Flanagan's not going to.
I hope he does. And these kids are not on huge contracts at the moment.
No.
So
you don't want to lose it to other clubs either.
We've got to look at that in the future as well. We can't be going paying Gufferson $1.1 million or whatever we paid for him, and have these kids leave because we can't afford to keep them.
No.
So we can keep their heads level, keep them level-headed, and keep the boys grounded, and say, listen, we're looking for the future, and the future's a premiership at the Dragons, and you're the boys that are going to do it. So
give them experience and give them time.
That's right.
We've got some great players. We've got some great players from Illawarra, and you know, we need to not lose them. You know what I mean? Some great young players.
Exactly right. Have you got a trivia question for night, Jess?
I do.
You do? So I'll get into this first then, eh? What's your question, Jess?
Well, you didn't let it play out. Oh,
it goes for a minute and a half, mate. Come on.
You said it to Tom Cruise, Jesse. Come on, what's going on?
All right. So, as Big T mentioned earlier, we have had it hasn't been great viewing for our record in Canberra, but for many years we had a hoodoo there before we broke through and finally won in Canberra for the first time in a long time. So what year was that? And can you name the score? What year did we finally break the dreaded hoodoo in Canberra?
Well, there it is. What year did we break the hoodoo in Canberra? I think we lost for 9 years straight, Jez. Wasn't a very good years for us then. So, all right, looks like we've got our Raiders fan with us.
Hello.
How are you, bud? Tell us about yourself and where you're from.
Yeah, so I'm a Raiders fan from Canberra. I run the socials for the Sydney Milk Syndicate, a fan group up there in Sydney. Run it from Canberra. Also a travelling fan, do content on my own.
Nice.
That's nice. Well done. I like
and also the trivia question, I believe 2014, the Hoodoo game.
That is correct. As James Savage has got it. Well done, James Savage.
Yeah, so mate, thanks for joining us. I'm Big T. You've met Jess before. Rob's on my up next to me, and then Billy down the bottom. We'll have a few questions for you. But mate, the Raiders are sitting pretty top of the ladder. What's been the biggest difference for Canberra this year compared to previous years?
I feel like just new challenges, a new team coming in. Obviously, the last couple of years, there's been veterans leaving, like your Jared Jokers, Jack Whitens.
Yeah.
You've had, Elliot Whiteheads, Jordan Rapiners. So we're bringing in a new team and just youthful, just a bit of a new youthful energy coming in. And also a hectic travel schedule to start the year.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, sort of brought the camaraderie together. I think the belief is high, the confidence is good.
Yeah, Ricky had a big whinge about your travel early season. Yeah. Over to Vegas. Did you get to Vegas?
I did, yes.
Oh, nice. How was that?
Yeah. Oh, unbelievable time. Just the whole week, the festivities. I know that you guys are going next year. Well, the Dragons are. Not sure if any of you guys are.
No, not me.
One of us.
Well, one of us is.
Scoot, can you give him some pointers on what he needs to do in Vegas?
That's right, yeah.
Stay out of the strip as much as you can. I think that'd help me. Yeah, out of the Las Vegas strip. There was a bit of footy there, a Nines tournament and international games going on there. I did go out and watch those. They were pretty fun. But yeah, there was a whole week of fanfare. The English fans were great. So yeah, it was a good time.
I like how the NRL have absolutely embraced Las Vegas. Valiantis is such a smart man. Him and Abdo. They're just too smart. Oh, that's me on the screen by myself. Hey, how you going? All right, let's go back. Who's been your MVP so far this year, and one bloke you'd hate to lose to injury this week?
Unfortunately, he's not playing, but Hudson Young's probably been the best player for the club this year.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of value, just guys in the pack, Joseph Tarpany, Josh Papali'i, who are also losing. And I think Corey Horsburgh as well. All three of those have been massive seasons, and it's just a go forward from those guys. Have really.
I got the Canberra team there. Key 8 weeks. Ricky's young bloke. Was it Jed Stewart? Is it?
Yeah, Jed.
Tomago and Chris on the wings. David Savage on the other wings. Strange and Fogarty in the halves. Big Horsburgh. I like Horsburgh. He's like I said before, he's a halfback trapped in the props body.
In front of it, yeah.
For sure.
I thought he was
Starling and Tarpane in the front row. Sasangi, Hoskins, and Smithies blocks the scrum. Ricky Stewart is the coach. Paddy Martin, Mooney, and Moriarty. Stewart, that's another Stewart, no relation to it's a different spelling. No. Salo, Roddy, Levi, and Sanders on the bench. You've got a couple of players in State of Origin. Big Papa Leahy and Young up against each other. That might be a bit of a... You remember the old days when Mick Craner went up against Arthur Bateson and he broke his eye? That was a long time ago. Long time
before my time, but yeah, I do remember it.
One of the first Origins it was. But anyway, I like Horsburgh. Like I said, he's a halfback trapped in the props body. Tarpane's got to be one of the top props in the game. Tell me a bit about Owen Paddy.
Queenslander as well. You like him, Big T?
Yeah,
That's why I like him.
Yeah. Owen Paddy, so played half the season Jersey Flegg last year, played half the year New South Wales Cup. Was actually the Jersey Flegg Player of the Year throughout the whole competition throughout half season. Came into Cup, played around 20 minutes, couple of games played 60, 70 minutes. Great kicking game out of dummy half, super skillful. Sort of from Central Queensland, Harry Grant territory, went to the same school as him. And he's learning a lot from Harry Grant during the off-season as well, and I think it's really paying dividends.
That's great. I haven't seen much of him. I haven't watched many Canberra games, but the games that I did see, Owen Paddy came on, and the game changed. Well, not saying Starling's not a bad hooker, but when Paddy comes on, changes the whole game.
I heard Tom Starling on SEN today. He spoke very well.
Yeah, he's good. He's good with the media, Tom Starling.
Yeah. If the Dragons were to upset the Raiders on Saturday night, where will the Dragons crack you? Where are you vulnerable? What spots are you vulnerable?
Well, I feel like for the Dragons, it would have to start in the middle. I saw that Dragons team list earlier, and even though it might not be the best pack you could name, it's definitely a very experienced one for them. So you got former Raider Gula, where we're always wary of revenge games, so he might have his best game for the Dragons so far. Cook's good out of dummy half. Clem is a veteran. Fatalito Mariners been around a long time. Sewer could still play
veterans.
if he could. Yeah.
They're all Hall of Famers.
Still killing it. All very good players. Then you got Hame Sele off the bench, Michael Molo, who's done really well throughout all the time I've seen him, and the other kid off the bench, Loco Pacifico Tonga.
Oh yeah.
I think I like what I've seen of him. So yeah, if the Dragons are going to have to bring it, it's going to have to happen through the middle. It's a big ask, but I think that's probably how they're going to get it done.
It's going to be tough going through Horsburgh and Tarpanay, so it'll be tough.
I want to ask you about your Tamale. He's probably been the one of the buys of the year before he went down injured. Actually a Dragons junior as well. Disappointing we let him go, but he's been a handy pickup for the Raiders before he got injured. Shame. Would have been rookie of the year, I thought. Very close.
He's been unbelievable, Tamale. Unfortunate for him, but he looks unbelievable. Just strong, fast, athletic, skillful, full package, and hopefully he comes back before finals because we'll probably need him during that stage.
What matchups are you looking forward to? Who do you think will have a field day against the Dragons?
I feel like Theo Weeks.
Yeah.
I think he's coming into some form. He had a blinder against the Knights. Just looking really good on his kick returns. Can break the game open when he could.
Yeah, I'm sure. I like Fogarty too. He's going to be a big loss next year going to Manly. Have you got anybody in mind to take that halfback spot?
I do like Sanders. There's another guy in New South Wales Cup as well, Adam Cook. I feel like those two would be fighting for a starting spot. In terms of who's on the market at the moment, not really anyone that's really enticing. There's been rumours with Jake Clifford, Lockie Ilias from you guys, but none of those two guys really that enticing. So I'd like to see the promotion of youth keep going through, especially with Sanders. But well, guess we'll wait and see.
Tyson, I got a question for you, mate. I think what we're missing with the whole thing is how good the Raiders are, mate, in the sense of you go back, I don't know if you go how far you go back, but when Ricky was playing, Ricky Stewart, he played in the late 80s and 90s and played in obviously a great period of time with the Raiders, and their resilience, their pride, their passion. They play for the whole 80 minutes now, the Raiders. They play together. They play as a team from number 1 through to 13, the bench, the reserves. They're absolutely passionate. They play for each other. And this is a problem the Dragons we're having at the moment is that we're a 40-minute team. We play for one half, and it seems to be the second half. We we let it go. You know what I mean? So if we come up against teams that are going to play for the whole 80 minutes, I believe we're in big trouble if we're going to continue to be inconsistent. You see what I mean? And give credit to your backline as well, too, mate. Your bloody backline's been on fire.
Yeah.
Not just the middle, the backline. You're scoring some tries, and you can score tries from any part of the field as well, too. So, and you've got speedsters as well, too, genuine speedsters. So, mate, I think you're odds on to be minor premiers, to be honest with you. Obviously, you've still got the bias to come as well, too.
Yeah, 2 more.
Yeah. So, mate, I wish you the best of luck because I can't stand other teams like the Broncos and the Roosters and the Dogs. So happy for a country team like the Raiders if it's not the Dragons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, just Ricky Stewart. I think what he's doing for the team as a coach is quite incredible as well too, mate. The mongrel, the passion in this team is, hopefully the Dragons will have the same thing in a couple of years' time.
Yeah, I like Ricky's passion. Always down on the sideline. He rides every wave.
Yeah, absolutely.
When you went to Vegas, because they've got the Las Vegas Raiders over there, did you find a lot of backing from their supporters?
No, like you don't really run into the locals there. Like big tourist area on the Las Vegas.
It's huge tourist areas, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, the whole week was just Wigan Warriors, New Zealand Warriors, all the NRL fans around, and then.
Yeah.
By the time it was all over, the next day, the strip was pretty much empty.
Yeah. So the Canberra Raiders are a grinding team. They are grinding into the ground. So what sort of a game are you expecting this week?
I don't know really. I feel like more the same. We'll be expecting to fire out of the blocks quickly. But recent weeks, we've gotten off to leads and sort of got a bit complacent a bit, or just the way that footy goes this year with momentum swings and all that, it sort of happens. But yeah, we're just hoping to keep attacking.
Cool. Have you got any questions there, Bill?
The spine's
You've been sitting there quietly.
Yeah, the spine's been particularly strong this year. Is that based off the back of pure talent, or the fact that the forward pack puts their imprint on the game every week?
Yeah, I feel like a mix of both. Mainly the middles. We got such a good pack that just goes forward. Not even just the starters, but Adam Mariotta's having his best season as an NRL player, coming off the bench every week, really playing a role. And even guys like Simi Sasangi, who's been in the team every week and finally getting chances and finally just adding more to that side. And yeah, the halves are really benefiting off that.
Yeah, your back row's pretty strong there with Smithy's locking the scrum. He's a pommy, isn't he, Smithy's? He's a pommy?
Yeah, he's pom.
Yeah, another pommy in the cold in Canberra.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Tyson, your bloody halfback can kick a mean ball. Bloody hell, you can kick a fighting bomb.
Ethan Strange is very good too. I reckon he's an Origin player down the track. Ethan Strange.
Yeah.
So we've gone through the sides and we've talked about the Canberra Raiders and the Dragons game this weekend. Anyone else got any more questions? No.
I don't want to put a blocker on you, but I think the Raiders, not just for this game, I would like to see them be the premiers this year.
I reckon.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, Tyson got a score?
I'm sure you would, Tyson.
Yeah.
Is it too early to ask Tyson for a scoreline?
Yeah, we'll ask him at the end of this. We'll get into it. We'll say goodbye. See you later. But we'll get into some of this. Come with me as we take a walk down memory lane, Tyson.
Yeah.
Brought to you by essenceandlight.com.au, small batch candle and soap manufacturers. Go and have a look. Go and have a look at their website. The products are absolutely fantastic. And we played 39 games, Tice. 25 wins to the Raiders, 13 wins to us. We've scored 796 points, 865. There hasn't been one draw back in 2002. But we're going back to Sunday, April 19th, 1999. Round 7, Dragons versus Raiders, Cockwood Jubilee Oval. Crowd 12,237. Referee was Stephen Clark.
Chocolate
Yes.
bean.
Bit before my time, so I'm interested to see what happens. Listen to
Interested to see what happens, but you should understand what happens. At the back for the Dragons, we've got... Oh, hang on. At the back for the Dragons, we've got Luke Patton, Rod Wishart, and Nathan Blacklock on the wings. Mark Coyne and Jamie Ainscough. What a player Mark Coyne was. Anthony Mundine and Trent Barrett in the halves. Craig Smith, Brad Mackay, and Chris Lockwood in the front row. Darren Tracy, Lance Thompson, and Wayne Bartram locks the scrum. Nathan Brown on the bench with Lee Murphy, Corey Pearson, and Colin Ward. Coached by David Waite. The Canberra Raiders, way back then, were coached by Mal Meninga. And listen to this team. Brett Mullins, Kurt Nagus, Jason Croker, Brandon Costin, Luke Williamson, Laurie Daly in the halves with Mark McClendon, Anthony Brand, Simon Wolford, and Todd Payton in the front row. Ruben Wiki. I think his daughter's in the NRLW team, isn't she?
Yes. Centre.
Yeah. David Ferner and Ben Kennedy locks the stud. David Cox, Andrew McFadden, Andrew Slog Ogin, Nathan Slogin, David Wesley, and like I said, Mal Meninga was the coach. It was So I couldn't find anything on this game, as in highlights and match reports, but I can imagine Canberra did kick the goal. So in the first half, so it was Dragons. I don't know. Raiders 2 at half time. But then this old reliable Tinger, he bagged 3 meat pies.
What a player he was.
What a player he was. What a great player. What's the next one? Oh, Anthony McGean. He got 2 as well. Anthony Mundine. I tell you what, there was probably plenty of backflips in this game. I'd say there would be. With 5 tries by the backflip Kings, there would have been a few. Jamie Ainscough got over. Darren Tracy busted over the line. He buds over. Yep. And, my captain, Mark Coyne, he got a try as well. But I usually go back to one of the players in the teams, and I've gone back to Mark Coyne, a Dragon from 88 to 98. Dragon, only 1 year for St George Illawarra, 9 games for Australia. After league, PYC director for 10 years, RLPA Education and Welfare Officer, 2006 to 2014, and NRL Judiciary. He was on the Judiciary 2008 2014. And he played 19 games for Queensland.
Big T, you left out. He's on the board actually for the Dragons as well.
Yeah, he's on the board for the Dragons. But also, what I want to go back to is that try. Do we remember that try?
No, we do.
Do we all remember that try? And they were 40 metres out from the red line, but I'll let this guy tell you. Oh, sorry. But I'll let this guy tell you.
Can hardly hear it, Big T.
Meninga.
No, Fatty. We'll see that from New South Wales next Wednesday, Big T.
That's not a try. That's a miracle. But anyway.
What a legend Rabs Warren was.
What a legend. Peter Sterling and Fatty commentator as well. So that was the game. Sunday, April 19, 1999. Round 7, Dragons Raiders, Canberra Oval. Full time was 44-2. Canberra didn't get a try. That's why I said it was 2-something at half time. I didn't know because I didn't have anything. Last week we had Ian Johnson on as our our victim. But this week, Ian Johnson, that's in the 1960s, and that looks like
Cartoon Ian.
Cartoon Ian, that's right. This week on Moments of Yesterday, we've got this fella. Muzza, he's not here to tell us this week, but there he is, supporting New South Wales. There he is, got a mullet. Oh, that's nothing sus, Muzza, that one, eh?
That's like Saturday night dress up for Muzza.
Yeah, it is. That's not dress up. That's what he gets dressed like every Saturday night. There's the big forward there, the big red V by the look of it. Now there's a little bit too heavy to be a jockey, Muzza. And that's the one I got him. That's the one I sent him. There's Muzza in his little caricature. I'll set that up to him. Good on you, Muzz. Thanks for being on the Mad Dragon podcast. Hope to see you soon. This has been a Big T presentation brought to you by the Mad Dragon podcast and essenceandlight.com.au. Go and check them out. They're absolutely fantastic. Soaps and candles. They smell nice too. And this is my dragon journey. I get my hopes up. I get disappointed. Start to believe again. I get my hopes up. Disappointed. Start to
That's the
believe
life
again.
of a dragon supporter.
That's the love of a dragon supporter.
I've been there.
Yeah, that's right. The rest is history, Jess. But there's much, much more to be made. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening to us. Thanks for joining us, Tice. Tell us all about your doings for Canberra.
Yeah, so Sydney Milk Syndicate on Instagram and Facebook. And just myself, Tyson Bennett _, on TikTok and Instagram.
Sweet, absolutely fantastic. Give us a tip. What's going to happen?
Both games.
Both games you can.
NRLW, Raiders in a close one. NRL, Raiders 13+.
Oh, fine. The NRL 13+. I don't think it'll be 13+. Thanks for joining us, champion. You've been absolutely great. Hopefully, we'll see you next time. Keep in touch with Jess, and we'll.
In a few weeks, we've got you again in the gong. So
yeah, not about a month away.
Yeah, sweet. Hopefully, we'll see you again. Thanks for joining us, man. You've been a champion, and we love your work. But go the Dragons.
Yeah, all right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, mate. No worries.
Thanks for your time. Yep.
All right, there we go. Thanks for having Tyson on for the Canberra Raiders fan group. There he goes. He's gone now. Go and check him out if you want.
Little Billy back next week for the Roosters game.
I'm not too sure. He said he'll win this time in fighting, and I'm not ready for all that. So I might have to get one.
Loved the fight last time.
Yeah, so I might have to get one of his friends who's a bit more tamed.
Well, they loved the entertainment last time.
Yeah,
they someone in. I love the WWE. The drop of the elbow, it was fantastic. All right, Rob, we've won 4 of 19, and I know you're going to say, how are we going to turn it around? But how are we going to turn it around?
Well, obviously by winning. But it's the inconsistency, mate. Like I feel for Flano. I just don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand how we can be ahead against the Sharks, ahead against Para. I know we ended up beating Para, but as Jess said, that game could have gone either way. Why do we lose it? Why do we just fall away and like almost for a whole half? So I don't understand it, mate. That's the thing. It's consistency, mate. So unless we fix that up, as you can see, we got absolutely obliterated by the Dolphins. We got tailed up in the second half against the Sharks, and obviously Parramatta coming home pretty strong. So we've got to do something to fix this up. It'd be nice as a Dragon supporter. You actually didn't have the picture of a bottle of vodka or something in your triangle there, Big T, or multiple beers, or God knows what, or red wines, because that's what it feels like. We almost have to top ourselves to get the Dragons home. Yeah, well, maybe the happy stuff, mate. You know what I mean?
I had a heart attack. Watching
Big T and I, like with the 55 pluses, right? And
that's right.
You feel like you're gonna take your heart medication during the game.
I had to send Puff a message saying he was all right. He's older than us. Jess, can you see Flanagan making any major changes to this team, bringing in players from the outside the in the extended bench?
Nick Sigranis could be a sneaky one. Lucky when he made his debut, he wasn't. I didn't do that for the day of the game. So I wouldn't be surprised if he comes into the centres again, and maybe they might put Corey Allen back into a wing and maybe push either Sione Finau or Tyro Sloan out. He could go down that road, but
he doesn't want Sloan anymore, does he? He doesn't want Sloan anymore. So
Doesn't look like.
It could be.
He could very well do that, but we'll have to wait and see. The game's not till Saturday again, but that could very well be on the cards. Fifita, I'm not sure. He's probably named because we've got no one else to name. Everyone else is on the sideline.
That's right. It's good to see. Really good to see Sione Finau back in the side.
Yeah, it is. You know, he's only four or 5 games NRL career, but you know, we've seen glimpses of him with that runaway try on Anzac Day, and I think the more we see of him running, the better, because he runs hard.
He does run hard. He's a good little player. He's not. I don't think he's any bigger than Sloan, but I think he's smaller than Sloan, but he's quick. He's quick. Now I could see Sigranis coming in, Allen moving to the wing, and Sloan dropping out. I can see that. I can see Fatala Mariner dropping out of the side, and maybe Halangahu come in. Who knows what Jane Flanagan's on about? He's a bit of a crafty coach, isn't he? He likes to bring up the tricks at the end. Okay.
Also come onto the bench too. I wouldn't be surprised with that.
Yeah. Viliami Fifita come back on there. He hurt his knee last week, didn't he, Viliami?
He did. Yeah.
Yeah. So he might be a doubtful. He's been named. Any more questions about our team before we move into NRLW with Jess? Are we happy with the team with the injuries we do have? Are we happy with that team?
I think it's good. I would like to see, hopefully, Fifita's fit, because from the first 40 minutes, what I saw was that he did all the backman runs. So, you know, he can take it. If he can take it to Eels, hopefully he can take it to Canberra.
Who's bigger out of him and Pacifica Tonga, Jess?
I'll have a look.
I think Pacifica Tonga might be a little bigger, but they look almost the same. And I just did some searching, and Sione Finau is apparently 193 meters tall. So he's
centimeters, 193 centimeters tall.
Loco's taller and bigger. Loco's 121 kilos and 196 centimeters, so just under 7 foot. Viliami Fifita's 194, so not much difference.
No, it's not much. 6 centimeters. It's a lot. It's a lot.
I know, Rob. You like players running off the fence, like we've seen Spencer Lenny do it in the Origin. Nathan Brown's done it a few times for Manly. Viliami Fifita did it a few times the other night.
I love it, man. Paul Harrigan, Mark Carroll, Spud Carroll back in the day. But I go back to the point where I look at the Couchmans, Egan, Stewart, Halangahu. I think it's so crucial. The kid's got big raps on him, but get some first-grade experience. I mean, let's face it, we're an uphill battle now. We are. In the next X amount of games we've got, probably the next 4 or 5 games, we've got so many outs, right? So why not him get experience, you know what I mean? Losing, winning, whatever.
Yeah, that's right.
We saw the Couchmans that got experience, a little bit of experience, a little bit more. And look at the players that become. So get these young guys in with a few key signings in the next couple of seasons. We'll be completely different. So, I mean, for Fatala Mariner, Clemmer, forget maybe Seward, DeBellin's leaving. All these guys are getting older. In the next 2 years, none of these guys might be in our team anymore. Obviously, DeBellin's not. So these other guys, I doubt, will be in our team, but Halangahu will be. So now's the time. Really, now's the time. We've got nothing to lose. They're in the game.
We haven't. We've got to do something. Well, we are still a chance of making the top 8. Don't forget that. We're only 2 points out. So it's not.
We're going to have to beat some of these stronger teams, though.
We do have to beat some of the stronger, and we have to beat the teams that are in and around us.
Yeah.
So we've got to beat them. like we did beat Parramatta, because if Parramatta won, they'd be right up behind us.
Yeah.
And they go, we've got to beat the Titans, we've got to beat the Rabbits, we've got to beat all those teams.
For and against, it's obviously minus 45, so we want to improve in that area as well too if we can.
Yeah. All right, Jess, do you want to take us away with the NRLW teams?
Yes,
Well,
the season gets underway on Saturday. That's the curtain raiser to the NRL game. Also against the Canberra Raiders at GIO Stadium. It's first game that Nathan Cross will coach the side in his rookie season. Hopefully, be looking to get the win down there in Canberra. Being the Raiders only have been in the competition for 2 seasons, the Raiders actually have won both games. 19-18 at Wollongong in 2023 and 38-34 at Cogra last year. At the back, the Teagan, the Flashberry. On the wings, Margot Vella, your favourite, Big T. And then on the other wing, Alex Gregory. The centres, a good centre pairing there in Keely Brown and Bobby Law. The halves, the Rookie of the Year last year and the 2-time New South Wales Under-19s Player of the Game. Casey Ray will partner 3-time Premiership winner and Golden Boot winner and Dally M winner, Racine McGregor, the co-captain. Up front, our guest we had on a few weeks ago, Maddie Mulhall with Pia Tapsol, her first game of rugby league, with Zali Hopkins, the other new co-captain at dummy half. Shanae Lendl and Charlotte Basham make up the back row. New recruit, the returning Dragon, Hannah Staffwell, brings some much-needed experience. She will lock the scrum on the bench. Another veteran there, the dummy half, Nina Maynard, Perrin, Ella Costa, Trinity Taoneo will make her NRLW debut, as we said on the NRLW preview. The younger sister of the departed Alexis Taoneo, and Olivia Ingram will make her Dragons NRLW debut after she played with the Raiders previously a couple of years ago. On the extended bench, shocked not to see Bronte Wilson in the 17. Another recruit in Grace Hamilton, Indy, the Ferrari Bostock, Jamie Lee McGregor, and Jamie Millard. And of course, the coach is Nathan Cross.
Yeah, very good side.
Big T. Are you surprised with some selections there? No Indy Bostock or Bronte Wilson?
Trinity Taoneo is a big in for me. It's like I said, Olivia Ingram. But it's mostly about like there's a few changes, a couple of changes. Margot Vella comes back into the side. Alice Gregory takes the other wing spot. I like the combination of Casey Ray and Racine McGregor. But the forwards look good too. Zali Hopkins, she's a halfback. She's a 5'8". She plays everywhere. She's a great player. But yeah, it looks like a solid team. I think Crossy's got the right balance here.
And this is the Raiders side they'll be up against. Billy, you want to read us through the Raiders team? Yep.
So fullback Shell Robbins Rady. The wingers are Madison Bartlett and Isabel Waterman. The centers are Leanne Tuflunga and Mackenzie Wiki. The halves are Georgia Thomas and Zahara Tamara. In the front row, they have Chloe Saunders and Sophie Holyman. And their hooker is Shantae Tamara. In the back row, they've got Mona Lisa Soliola. I'm pretty sure she played for Dragons at one point.
Yes, yep.
The other back row are Holly Mae Dodd. And then their lock, Samaima Taufa. She's a gun player. And then on the bench, they've got Emma Barnes, Grace Kemp, Jordan Preston, and Lily Boyle. And then the reserve.
She's not a little sister.
Yeah, I'm not. The reserves are Jada Faliano, Tatiana Finau, Elise Simpson, Rona Wariki Jose, and Madison Tooth. Good side.
Yeah, I got it. I don't know too much about Cameron.
Well,
who's that?
Jordan Preston, Dragons Junior. She played for 2 games for us last year. Made her debut.
Wow. Yeah, I hope Lily Boyle's no relation to Millie Boyle or Millie Elliott. Yeah, but I can't tell you too much about that team. Hollyman's a good player. I like Grace Kemp, the big redhead.
Samaima Taufa is the best player in that side.
Yeah. Rob, what do you reckon?
Gus's favourite player.
Mate, I'm very buoyed by. I love the girls on. Was it a couple of weeks ago, Jesse? 2 or 3 weeks ago we had them on.
Yeah, we had Maddie and Sarah.
Yeah, like just by their talk. I think it's something special this year with the Dragons. I really do, with the girls. We're in crossroads obviously with the boys, but I just think the girls might do something this season. I really do. They've got experience, they've got youth there, and I just think the coach is a special coach as well too. And we've only heard good things about him, and he seems to be able to get something happening with this team as we've seen so far. They played a game and won, and I just think this might be the year for the girls. So big bold prediction, but there's something happening here. So I'm just hoping, I just hope we get a win to start with, and carry on. So I'm buoyed. I'm very excited, and I'm very much a novice. Don't know much about the girls. I watch it just as a supporter, but I'm starting to love it. I know Jesse's absolutely into it, and knows it inside and backwards and back to front, etc. And which is fantastic for us here as well too, to have Jesse so knowledgeable. But do you feel, Jesse, there's something special about this team? Something can happen?
Potentially, yeah. I've heard a lot of good things about the coach, but we'll have to see how they go. Obviously, they'll play a little bit of a different style to what they were playing under Sowie. His focus is on defence to improve that, because we were leaking way too many tries last year through the middle. What we needed is to have that bit more of experience, because we were lacking that last year. You can't really go into a season without you need to have a good balance of youth and experience. It's all right to have the youth, but you don't want too many young players, because you could burn their confidence as well. But I do like some of the players that are coming in, and we've got some good young players coming through, like the boys. As Big T said, Trinity Tawanai is going to be a star. She captained Natasha Gale's side. She's going to. I'm looking forward to seeing how she's been brought into the game. Ella Costa's one of the best young back rowers in the game. We know what Tegan Berry can do. She's an individually brilliant player. She can score some tries that no other players in the NRLW can score. Racy McGregor's one of the best halfbacks in the game on her day. And Casey Ray, I hope she gets full crack at the number 6 this year, plays there all year.
I'll throw this to you, Jess. I reckon Mohammed Dib just put a comment up. I reckon Tegan Berry, this is a bold prediction, but I reckon she'll have, for a couple of years ago, Tommy Turbo. Remember he had that year? He was just scoring just all over the place to Manly and in State of Origin. I reckon Tegan Berry might have one of those breakout years this year that she might be scoring a try, two tries a game like that without putting the jinx on her or putting too much pressure. But I don't know. There's something about that girl. I mean, could have a better bloody nickname, the Flash. So I reckon she's going to have a big year. So if she's scoring one try a game, watch out.
Yep. And with Margot Vella scoring tries, Bobby Law scoring tries, there'll be tries everywhere.
Well, you love Margot, right? I love Margot.
She missed all of last year though with injury, so it's good to have her back.
She's Maltese like me, and we're good people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Are you Maltese too, aren't you, Rob?
100%.
A couple of years ago, Rob, 2023, she got the RLP Player of the Year, the Players Champion Tegan Berry, and she scored 11 tries in 9 games.
Yeah. Wow, incredible, eh? So
she's actually the leading try scorer in NRLW history.
Wow, I didn't know that fact. Incredible.
Yeah. Most cap dragon as well, and as an 18-year-old, she ran 100 meters in under 12 seconds.
And Big T said it too. Her not having the captaincy, it could have been an easy thing to give her the captain's armband, but she can just go do her own thing. Like Tommy said, the same thing I'm saying. Just go do your own thing.
We don't
she
have
still
to
talks the team around.
your name to be a leader.
Of course,
she still talks the team around because she's at the back saying, "Bobby, move in, Ella, move out that way, whatever."
Just deal with the referee and all that stuff, and But
that's
I reckon she's going to go crazy this year, so I'm looking forward to it.
Very good. Okay, Jersey flag, Jess?
Yes, Jersey Flag. They'll be playing on. So they're heading up to Manly on what day is it? On Sunday, 12 p.m. You can watch that on Bar TV if you do have subscription. Up against Manly. So Wes Pring at the back, Toby Rumble and Zachariah Nature on the wings. Cooper Hale and David Arfu are the centres. Charlie Hamoud and Cade Reid are the halves. The front rowers are Campbell Ruby and Corey Ackers. The hooker is Isaiah Fargalillo. The back rowers are Tobias Miller and Jarrett Treweek, with Matthew Alhazim locking the scrum. On the bench are Kyan Haljartson, Viliami Amoni, Leroy Weatherall and Viliami Hakila. The replacement player is Lachlan Ware, and the coach is Shane Billy Millard.
Shane Billy Millard. Oh yeah, Shane. He's doing a good job. So is Willie Talawa in the reserve grade side. They got beat last week, but
their first loss in 2 months, Big T.
Yeah, 8 in a row they had, all going for 9, and the third place Parramatta, I think it was.
Well, that's silly
32-22 or something.
We did lose Cody Ramsey in the game too. He's on syndesmosis. He's going to see the specialist.
Jonah Glover, the silly sin bin, the professional foul stuffed us up.
Yeah. On Jonah Glover, he's gone to South Sydney.
Yeah, he has.
He'll be at South next year. So Wayne Bennett's seen something in him, but I don't know whether he's going to use him because he's got Humphreys and a couple other buds there. So is Lewis Dodd, Cody Walker. Was it Cody Walker at South? Yeah. Yeah. We'd love him to Mohammed. We're doing our best. But yeah, any more Jersey Flag stuff or any reserves, any news, any rumours?
Yes. The Harvey Norman Women's Premiership also starts this week.
That's the reserve grade.
That's for the women, yeah.
The women's reserve grade.
Yes. And I'll grab their team just a moment. So the Steelers, they are taking on the Tigers at Collies on Saturday. So they won the comp last year. At fullback, it's Talia Hancock. The wingers are Kiara Kostovsky and Maria Paseka. She's one of the development players for the Dragons. The centres are Billy Va'a and Jessica Patea. The halves are Georgie Barrett and former New South Wales and Gillaroos halfback Maddie Studden. The front rower are Mackenzie Lear. She's the new skipper. Michaela McFadden, the other front rower. Tori Shipton, who is the dummy half in the New South Wales under-19s. She's the hooker. Talia O'Brien and Paige Tawanei are the back rowers. Sophie Curtin locks the scrum. On the bench, it's Tahani Kafusi, Brittany Constable. I think you know her, Big T. Brittany Constable.
I do know. I know her dad. I grew up with her dad, so we talk a while. Me and Mark.
Yep. Shay Mullison, so that's Connor's sister, the one that plays for the New South Wales Cup team, and Tiana West. And there
was a Constable too. Constable that played rugby league. That wasn't him. Was a Big T. I remember surname Constable.
No. Mark didn't play NRL. No. He was a good player. I'm not going to do a back rower. He was. I don't think he's watching. But g'day, Mark. How you going, mate?
And the 18 player is actually someone I went to uni. Olivia McElhone. So she's the 18th player. Okay. Yeah, so we all know somebody in the team. Jamie Cezabanik again will coach the side. He coached the Steelers Harold Matt side as well.
Yeah, I do agree, Mo. I don't think he's cut out for NRL.
He's on $750 a year, you know that.
Playing reserve grade, nice. Demetria had big raps on him.
Hey, shout out to, you were saying before about, rumours and all that, but shout out to Wing Stadium, the crowd. There was a big crowd there.
It was a crowd. Sell out.
It wasn't a team we were playing like a Raiders or something like that. It's up the top of the table or something, you know what I mean? So, the crowd certainly turned up at Wollongong for the game.
They did.
So
it's good. Jess was there.
Great to see.
Great atmosphere to Win Stadium.
18,000 or more than that, Jess? How many was
18,191 to be exact.
Yeah, so, I'm a Cogra boy through.
And it was a cold night at Win Stadium as well.
It was.
Yeah. So, although the sun wasn't blowing much, was it? The wind, it wasn't that windy.
It wasn't windy. It was just cold.
Just freezing. Yeah. So that's great. That's great. People turn out. That's what we want.
And then we'll go through to the Dragons, Harvey Norman's team. So they'll be playing Mounties at Albury Keats Reserve on Saturday at 1 p.m. You can catch that on Bar TV as well. Shay Shipton is the fullback. We're trying to organise this person. We've been trying to organise for a few weeks now, Big T. Sky and Antonelli.
Yeah, we have. That's right. Yeah. It just hasn't worked out for us. She's coming on.
And Dana Stevens on the other wing. Jamie Millard. So that's the daughter of Shane Millard playing for the Dragons there, and the NRLW squad. And Mania Harris-Wilson. The halves are Sienna Stewart and Indiana Killick. The front rows are Tanisha Vakai and Brianna Wood is the captain. The hooker is Brianna Kutrupi. The back rows are Charmaine Brearley, Taylor Sharman, and NRLW squad member Sophie Clancy is the lock. On the bench, it's Dahlia Naban, Caitlin Stanley, and two of our NRLW players, in Grace Hamilton and Jamie Lee McGregor on the bench. Interesting, having two NRLW quality players on the bench. Big T.
Yeah, they're coming back. They're coming back from injury, aren't they? So bring them back slow. See how they go. It's good to see them back anyway.
And Madison Lee Kelly is the replacement player for that game for the Dragons.
Yeah.
And they had a win in their trial game too. They played, I think they played the Tigers before the NRLW team had their trial. They won 14-4 against the Tigers at Leichhardt. So hopefully they can improve again off their improved season last year. And the Steelers were premiers in that competition. Hopefully they can go out and defend the title.
Yeah. Okay. Let's give our predictions.
New South Wales
I'm not
Cup.
going to go. All right, New South Wales Cup. Go for it.
So New South Wales Cup will be at 1:45 on Sunday after the Jersey Flag, also against Manly. Cody Ramsey has been named. I don't expect him to play. On the wings, well, one wing's not named. The other winger, Jesse Williams. The centres, again, no centre there named.
He just re-signed.
And Nick Seranis, the other centre. Jonah Glover and Lachlan Ilias in the halves. No front rowers named at this stage. Connor Mollison is the hooker and captain. The back rowers are Jacob Halangahu and Cyrus Stanley Trail, with Jacob Webster named at lock. On the bench, Haeli Finau, Jet Liu, Ben Murdoch-Masilla, no player named in jersey 17. And the replacement player is Hayden Buchanan. The coach is Willie Tallow.
Willie, go on your son. They're running second behind the Warriors, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They'll need to get it. They'll be disappointed with that loss against the Eels.
I think
Cody Ramsey's a big loss, though, isn't he?
Yeah, a huge loss. Really?
Man.
Cody Ramsey, a huge loss for reserve grade?
Yeah, huge. And the thing is, he was he's been finding his form all year, and he's been doing so well in reserve grade for a guy that's just come back after a year, maybe 2-year hiatus. So, just a shame to see him get injured, but you never know what can happen. Maybe next year he'll be in first grade. So,
possibly. I think he's off contract at the end of this year, isn't he?
Yeah,
I think so. Hopefully we extend him.
His last 2 years, they were split from the 1 year. They split his contract. They paid him half the contract last year, and they paid him the rest of his contract this year. So, okay. Give us your tip. What's going to happen, Bill? I know you got anything else, Jez?
Oh, news and rumours.
Okay, news and rumours. Let's go.
Last night, Brad Fittler withdrawn from the race to be the next Kangaroos coach.
No, he's not a coach's arsehole anyway. So,
what do we think of that one?
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
He said he's not ready.
He's
you got
happy with his
a pretty significant player there that is, well, I think he's put his hand up for it. Big T, he's a Queenslander. You know who that is?
Who's that?
Mr. Cameron Smith.
Cameron Smith. He said he's interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd be a good coach.
Having a conversation.
He can talk to the referees anyway.
Man, I think he'd be very good. Apparently, he's very thorough, Cameron Smith. He's a perfectionist.
He would be. He would be. You could have Cooper Cronk in his coaching team. I don't think so. I don't think so. Well, that's a big rumour. Who's going to be Australian coach? Muhammad Diz says Cameron Smith, and we all agree with that. Cameron Smith. Or it might be. Has Mal Meninga took over the Perth club yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
he has.
He has.
Yes, he's out of it. Wayne
That's good
Bennett
stuff.
has put interest in, but Peter Vlandis and Adra.
But he's also put interest in for the Papua New Guinea gig.
He doesn't want it.
He doesn't want it now. Oh, fair enough.
Souths are trying to re-sign him for 2028, so Papua New Guinea can't get him.
Okay. And then after him, I think they'll bring in Sam Burgess himself.
The favourite for the Papua New Guinea job I've heard now is Jason Demetrio, who's currently their nationals coach.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
Tyrell Sloan's got some interest from Penrith.
Yes.
Jeez. That's a surprise. But if anyone can get anything out of him, it'll be Bellamy or Cleary.
I've heard another 2 rumours too to add to it as well too. I heard a sneaky one. Jace, you probably heard the same thing on Sen. Jake Arthur's gone to Newcastle. I'm hearing a little sneaky rumour that Brad Arthur might end up at Newcastle coaching as a possibility. Obviously, the son's gone there, so it's a bit ironic. They've got so many halves there already, Newcastle. So why has Jake ended up there? And then the other rumour I heard is that there's a guy called Donald Bell, if anybody knows him. I've heard the rumour about him being on the board of the new Perth Bears. So
that'd be nice.
I think this Donald Bell lives in Perth in WA. So
well, if he hasn't got his finger in that pot, because he's
starting a new job there, isn't he, Rob? The Bear Cave.
I can see him going to the bloody. Can you see him going to a board meeting and ringing the bell? Donald Bell ringing the bell and saying, "Quiet, please."
He's an absolutely fantastic commentator. If he hasn't got something,
give him the gavel.
In the Perth Bears, he's doing something wrong. So
Well,
if you're there, Donny, let us know.
And we want you back. Come back when you went.
We love you. We want you back.
He's the only bloke who broke Channel 9. He broke the bloody. What did he do, Jess?
He
He
broke
broke
the
Sound system.
the audio, didn't he?
All right, we're done for tonight. That's 11 hours, 1 hour and 11 minutes. 11 hours. Donny does things like that.
Well, what do we do? The wrap for the season, is it? The wrap for the season is usually a long one, or the start of the season.
There you
I can't
go.
remember.
Jake staying at Manly, Newcastle deal fell through.
There you go.
Oh, okay. Ian Johnson's up to
There you
date.
go.
Ian Johnson's got the scoop.
He knows it all, mate. Ian Johnson knows it all.
Wait, wasn't there a scoop from
Rob,
Scoop?
he wants to know if Donald Bell's related to Donny Bell.
Sure
That's
is.
the name on-
Donny
Hey,
is
it's the name
short for
on the birth
Donald.
certificate. Yeah, the name on the birth certificate, Mohammed. It's Donny's real name on the birth certificate. It's very old-fashioned. Like my dad, Reg, was Reginald. So,
I have to start calling him Ducky.
yeah.
Yep, they all want him back. See, look at James Savage.
Yeah, James, like he's saying, mate, he's working 60 hours a week, people, and he just doesn't have time to
spend
get
with
onto
his
here. So he wants to spend time with his family. He's doing 60, 70 hours a week work, so he hasn't got time for us. He hasn't got time for us, but we'll keep it running. We'll keep it going. Is that it for you, Jess? Is that all
When the
over?
time's right, he'll come back if he's ready. Yeah.
He will. If we make the semis, he might come back. And Ian Johnson said he's stuck at home and he reads a lot. So probably listens. Thank you, James, for understanding.
All right.
Anyway, is that it, Jess?
We'll do our
We've got
predictions.
Predictions.
You want to do our NRL
Do you want to go through the whole squad, the whole team?
Yep. The Bulldogs
All right.
play the Broncos on Friday night.
Oh, there you go.
So no Max King, Stephen Crichton, or Jacob Carraz for the Bulldogs, all the way on Origin duty. Anari Tuala comes in for his first game for the club.
Is that
Samuel
Uni
Hughes
Koala?
and Harry Hayes come into the front row. And Lipoi, Hopoi, and Curtis Moran are the new faces on the bench. For the Broncos, Selwyn Cobbo returns to the side at fullback, with Reece Walsh, the 18th man for Queensland. Dean Mariner also returns. No Payne Haas or Patrick Carrigan, which sees Kobe Hetherington and Xavier Willison come into the run-on side. Jaden Hunt and Tyson Smoothie onto the bench. Interesting, the Broncos are going to go with 2 hookers on their bench. Still no Ben Hunt for the Broncos. Still struggling with that hamstring injury. Both teams depleted by Origin.
They are totally depleted by Origin. Yeah, totally depleted. Both teams going to be a different kind of game. The Bulldogs at home at a core stadium. I think they might be just a little bit too strong for the Broncos.
What do you reckon, Billy?
Yep. I think Bulldogs 13 plus. They're not going to like what Broncos did to. They don't like what Broncos did to them last time, so they need to respond as well.
Ian disagrees with you there.
Yep, Rob.
I think the Bulldogs too.
Thanks, LMC.
Let's face it. I mean, that was a close game, mate. And Galvin had the ball there to Critter, and they only scored. So I think they'll come back. I think they'll win. I think there'll be a big crowd supporting them as well too, behind them. So,
all right. Saturday, the 7:35 games up in Townsville. The Cowboys against the Melbourne Storm. Cowboys, no Jeremiah Nene, no Tom Dearden, no Ruben Cotter, and no Reece Robson, all away on Origin duty for the Melbourne Storm. So no for them, no Cameron Munster, no Harry Grant, no Stefano Utoi-Ikamanu, no Trent Liero, no Xavier Coates. The Cowboys, so Thomas Duffy comes in the halfback with Dearden out. Harrison Edwards will start at dummy half. Jordan McLean returns from a calf injury. Kai O'Donnell comes in for Jeremiah Nene. Sam McIntyre will start at lock for Ruben Cotter. Temple Kalepo will come on to the bench for his NRL debut. Is that the first Temple we've had play in the NRL, Big T? Temple. What a name.
Temple. Nice. That's like Obelix, that plays for the Warriors, I think. Obelix. The Dolphins, Obelix. He plays this week too, so he's making his debut. First Obelix to play as well.
And the Storm, Joe Chan, normally a back row, he'll play centre because the Storm don't have any backs left. They've got an injury depletion in the backs. Kane Bradley comes onto the wing with Xavier Coates in Origin. Tyron Wishart will play 5'8" with Munster in Origin as well. Cami Kamika will start in the front row. Bronson Garlick starts at hooker. Nelson Asofa Solomona will start at lock. It's a new look bench. Jonah Pezzett will play his first game of the year. Lazarus Vailepu and Atavalu Lasati are the new faces on the Melbourne Storm bench. Both teams heavily depleted by Origin. This is a hard one to take.
Billy.
I'm going to go with Storm 1-12. I just think that the fact that Hughes is still there, he's one of the best players in the comp. I think top 5. So
plus Pappy. Pappy's still there too.
Yeah. Rob, what do you reckon, son?
Well, I'm going to reverse psychology here, so I'm picking the Storm because I don't want the Cowboys to win and go a point ahead of us if we get beaten by the Raiders. So I would have liked that. So we can sort of stay where we are at the table. So
I bet with your heart, not with your head.
I agree with Billy, though. I think there's still some good players in the Storm that I think they'll just be too strong.
Jess, what's the next game to give us a prediction?
That game, I'm going to go with the Melbourne Storm as well. I think we're all unanimous there. You think the Storm there too?
So. I think the Storm. We're too busy for the Cowboys.
2 p.m. on Sunday. We're at Allianz Stadium. The Roosters will take on the West Tigers. For the Roosters, Tom Rodwell comes in for his NRL debut. The son of Steelers legend Brett.
Wow.
Yep. Benaiah Owelu will come in at dummy half with Connor Watson away on Origin duty, as is Spencer Leniu, Robert Toyer, Lindsay Collins, Connor Watson, and Angus Crichton. Mahesi Makatoa comes into the front row. Egan Butcher and Celeste Feketi comes in. Sil Wong out with an MCL injury. He's out for about 6 weeks. Still no Victor Radley. He's having concussion trouble. He's had 7 in 4 years.
He's in trouble.
It is. He's in trouble.
Who was the other Roosters player that ended his career? The same thing, mate?
Boyd Cordner.
Yeah, I think the same.
And Jake Friend.
Yeah, I think the same thing's going to happen there too.
So Blake Steep will lock the scrum. Max McAfee comes onto the bench for his debut. And Della Salva'a will come onto the bench as well. He's a big unit, so watch out for him. He's the brother of Xavier Va'a that made his debut against the Sharks a few weeks ago.
Oh, really?
For the Tigers, Heath Mason injured. So that means Suni Taruva will move to fullback. Charlie Staines back on the wing for the Tigers. Luke Law-Lily comes into the centres. With Jerome Luai away on Origin duty, Adam Dewey moves to 5'8". No Api Coruscant, he's out with concussion. So Tristan Hope comes in a hooker. Alex Twal is the new captain. And on the bench is Charlie Murray. Roosters by plenty for me. Roosters by plenty.
Oh, but you look at it, Roosters have got a million players out. Really?
Still got players like Tedesco leading the way, and Mark Nawangani Tawasi. He's just getting better and better.
I think Roosters do win, but I feel like I'm very interested to see how Adam Dewey and Latu Fainu go in the halves, because Latu Fainu has shown what he's about and what he's capable of, and Adam Dewey has played well in the halves before, so should be an interesting game. But I do think Roosters still win. I'm going to go by 14.
14. Rob?
Oh, yeah, I'm Roosters too. Tigers just look like they're absolutely shot ducks. Again, reverse psychology. We're playing Roosters in a couple of weeks, so I'm hoping Roosters have an easy game this weekend and then take us very lightly coming in the next weekend. So we can maybe, cause an upset.
Billy, do you have something else?
Yeah, well, we got Roosters next week. I want them to win now so we can try.
They'll have all their players back next week.
No. The New South Wales players, they get injured.
What about Robert Toyer?
You may get injured. Lindsay Collins won't get injured. No, they're fine. They're fine players. The rest of them, New South Wales, they're out. And the last game of the round, Jess?
It's Manly versus Souths at Brookie on Sunday afternoon. Manly, let's have a look at their team. So
they're out and out favourites, mate. Yeah. The Bunnies are nearly $4.
Tommy Turbo again will line up at centre. Looks like they're unchanged. Tommy Talau, an interesting selection on the bench. A winger on the bench. And
well, it could be like us. They might not have any players left.
As for the Rabbitohs, they've been hit by the injury bug again. So with Latrell Mitchell away on origin duty, Alex Johnson will move to fullback. Isaiah Tass comes onto the wing. Ewan Aitken will move from the back row to the centres. Jack Whiten goes to 5. He'll captain the side. Jai Arrow moves to the back row to an edge. Tavita Totola comes into the starting side. And Lachlan Hubner comes in to lock the scrum, with Ewan Aitken moving out to the centres. And Lewis Dodd comes onto the bench.
Tony reckons Manly by 6.
I think Manly 2. Souths. I think Souths have they've been brave for most of the year. I think they've run their race now. Souths.
Well, they run a second last, so they're in trouble.
I've got South, based on the assumption that Brandon Smith and Cody Walker might make it back this week. I'm going to go with South by 4.
I reckon Brandon the cheese will play. Do you reckon Brandon Smith will be a late inclusion, Big T?
He could be. He's in the side now. He's there. He's over at South Sydney. Been there for a couple of weeks, maybe. I'm not sure.
So he's in jersey 22 there.
Yeah, he might run on. It'd be a big surprise.
Do you think he'll play, Rob?
I think he's a strong chance of playing for sure. I'm still sceptical on Cody Walker. I think he's been so injury prone this year. He's just getting older and he's picking up injuries, and we're seeing a deterioration in those 35 plus players.
He just signed another contract.
I know that we all thought might play to 40, like DCE and Ben Hunt. But if you notice, Ben Hunt's injured. DCE's form's dropped. So what we thought they might be able to play for another 2 or 3 years and be right at the top of the game. I don't think so. I think Father Time gets these players eventually. I'm not saying they can't play.
Talking about Ben Hunt there, Rob. Prediction from Ian Johnson: he should retire medically. Medically retired.
And
what do you reckon, Jess?
I'm going to go Manly. I think they'll be just a bit too strong at home.
Yeah, Manly for me too, Big T.
And that brings us to the icebox down in Canberra.
People have been asking me for my NRLW tips. I've seen some of the comments, so I'll go for my tips. Thursday night's the Sharks and the Eels at Shark Park. No Kennedy Charrington for the Eels. The Sharks, I think, will get the job done at home. In a close one. I think the Eels will give them a run, but the Sharks to get the cash there. The Dogs and the Knights. The Knights have a more settled team. The Dogs are still a new team in the comp. It might take them a while to to learn what style of football they want to play. That's the curtain raiser to their game against Brisbane in the NRL. But Newcastle, a more settled lineup, I'm going to favour them. The Broncos will take on the Tigers in Brisbane. As Big T said, the Tigers massive outsiders. I think the Broncos will be far too good. They'll win for 13 plus. NRLW, the Dragons. I think if we're going to win, it's going to be an arm wrestle. A bit of Tegan Berry brilliance. She'll get it. She'll get a try. Margot Vella will get a try, and I think we'll win by 4 in that one.
Nice.
Won't be much in it. Cowboys and the Titans. That'll be up in Townsville. That's the game at 5:15 before the men's game against Melbourne. The Cowboys got a pretty good side. Interesting, they've got centre Rosie Kelly playing 5'8", but the Titans I do like their side. I do like the Jamie Chapman at the back, and I think the Titans will get the job done in a tight one, probably by 8 to 10 points. And Sunday will be the Roosters taking on the returning Warriors. No Tarrant Aiken for the Roosters, a big out. I'm not sure she's got an injury or anything, but she's not there. Jocelyn Kelleher and Corbin Baxter are the halves. And the Origin player of the series, Olivia Koenig, locks the scrum as she did for the Blues. I think the Roosters will win that one and win well over the over the returning Wars.
Well, there you go. Now to our game, Jess.
Yes. -1, it'll be on Saturday night, Big T. So if you're going down there, have a lot of layers.
And Coco's looking for a lift down. So if anyone out there is going to Canberra from Wollongong, give Coco a call. She wants to go down there.
Send her a DM.
For sure. Yes.
Who do you want to start with, Big T? Who's getting?
We'll start with Billy. Billy, our team, our boys against the Raiders at the Icebox.
I'm going to have confidence and say that we will win. It's obviously a very tough task, and Raiders have been I'd say the benchmark of the competition this year. So hopefully we do take it to them. We like to take it to the big packs, and if we can play 80 minutes, I think we have a chance of beating them, because we beat Storm playing 80 minutes, and
we did.
We've done it before, so why can't we do it again? So I'm going to go Dragons by 4, and I'm going to go Cook to get 2 tries, because he's been on a roll.
Get your money on it. Gamble responsibly. Jess?
Yeah, it is, as Billy said, it is a big ask. The Raiders are pretty much at full strength, albeit Papali'i and Hudson Young in Origin. Also Tamale as well, who's on the sideline. But, they've been impressive. They're on top of the table for a reason. It's going to be a big game, and this is probably not the time of year you want to be going down to Canberra to play the Raiders. Especially in these cooler months. They love these conditions. I do hope the guys go down there maybe today or tomorrow or Thursday to acclimatise and get used to the conditions. If we're going to win, it's going to be a close one, but we're going to have to play for full 80 if we're going to beat the Raiders. If we dish that performance up like we did against Para, we could get a caning. I just can't see us winning this one.
Yes, confidence.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
You get your head, not your heart.
I think the Raiders will be too good. Raiders by 10.
Rob, what do you think?
I'm doing the reverse psychology. I agree with Jess, but I did this against Melbourne. So I selected, I hardly ever select against St. George, but I'm doing this because I'm hoping, just hoping. But I agree, Jess. I think it might be like 13 plus, like the old tab to the Raiders. But I'm hoping by me saying that will mean that I'm going to have egg all over my face.
Nice.
I'm hoping, mate. I'm hoping and praying. I don't know. We've got so many outs, so that's my problem. And
they're not too upset by the state of origin either. They got 2 players out, but 2 big players.
But Donnie, our captain, and he makes the solid point that when you got so many players out, and it's like A grade, B grade, C grade in footy, D grade or whatever. all of a sudden you're an A-grade team, you're missing 7 or 8 regular A-graders, and you're having to get C-graders to come in to cover you. It's a tough task. I know.
Tough.
If we come within 10 to 12 points, we'll be. That's
I'm totally with Billy. I'm totally with Billy. I'm going to go Dragons win. And I told you I was going to back him at the start of the show. You've got to back the Dragons.
I didn't get him off try score. I think maybe Emre Gula against his old club.
Nice. That'll be nice for Emre to get over and show us what he can do. First try scorer, Rob.
Oh, look, I got a sneaky suspicion for me. I've been saying, I said it last week. I think LKT, he came close against Parramatta. He made that run. He was heading towards the line. So the kid's got something about him, a little bit of X factor. So I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't play step from 10 metres out and does a trial like we saw when you put up the 99 game, something like from Andy. Gets over the line. So I'm looking forward to that. He's scoring a try. So yeah, mate, LKT for me. That was the other thing. So Flanagan will kick. I'm assuming Cole Flanagan.
Yeah. He did.
He did well last week.
He did it when Mel got injured. Yeah,
under a lot of pressure too. So we needed those goals still. So so that's good as well too. So hopefully, have his kicking boots on. But LKT, I think he'll score.
Yeah, 100%. Billy said 2 tries for Gookie.
Yep.
Yeah,
that'd be nice to see.
Is that you, Big P?
I'm going to go Dragons. I'm going to go Dragons by 8. I reckon Jack DeBella might get over, and also Moses Sully. He'll get a try. So have a look at them. If anybody wrote them down, get some money on them. Gamble responsibly, but I'm not guaranteeing anything.
And the rest of the panel will go. So, Billy, give us your NRLW tip. Do the girls get their first win of the year? Do they open their season with a win?
I think they do. I think they're definitely a chance. I like what I saw from the highlights. I didn't get to watch the full game, but the trial and from what I heard from other fans as well. So hopefully we can use that game and have some confidence going in against the Raiders because they've got a good, decent side, Tamara and Samai Mataufa. So I'm going to go with Dragons by 4, and I think Teganberry to go over for a try. For sure.
Rob?
I think we win. The girls that were on, the lovely girl, they're both obviously lovely. The girl that was a prop, isn't it? The girl that was on.
Maddie
Mulhall, yeah.
Yep, she's number 8. Yep.
Something special's happening with this team. And when someone usually says something like that, it sounds good to me that something's happening with this team. So, mate, I don't care who we're playing. I don't care if we're playing the benchmark or whatever. I think we're going to win. I really do. There's something special about this team. So, I say we get the season off to a big start. We have a win, and we win well too.
100% with you, Rob. There, I'm going to go NRLW women's to win. They're going to win well. They're going to win by 12.
Who's going to get a try for the Dragons, Rob?
Well, 100%.
Has to be the Flash, but our Maltese girl as well too might get over as well.
Yeah, Margot. I'm giving Margot my.
Yep.
Margot.
So
and you,
the Maltese.
And you, Jess?
I'm going the Dragons by 4. I think the Flash will be a try scorer at any stage. And, Margot Vella as well. Maybe Smokey Casey Ray.
Be nice to see her score. 2 Man of the Match awards in State of Origin for the last 2 years, isn't it?
And Rookie of the Year last year.
Rookie of the Year, great player. I love her. I love the whole team. I love the whole team. Yeah.
Stewart brothers are her uncles.
Nice.
Oh, really?
Brett and Glenn Stewart, yep.
We'd like to say we love you too, Lisa Marie Cooper, and we'd love to have you on the show. We'd love to have you on the show. You're very knowledgeable, and you write some good. Mohammed Dib, anybody want to come on the show? Give us a yell, and we'll talk to each other, and we'll have a go. Come
on, Lisa. You know you want to do it.
You know you want to do it. Well, anyway, Jess, we win the Complete Warehouse Solutions. If you're into warehousing, you find them on 6 Commerce Drive, Lake Illawarra. Give them a call on 0417 223 409 or 0242 57 1930. And that's if you're into warehousing. They've got everything. All right. Well, all right, Dragons fans. We know we love you all. All you people that watch our show, you're absolutely fantastic. And we'll see you again on Sunday.
Hopefully
Canberra. Hopefully it'll feel a win down in Canberra. So thanks for joining us tonight.
We got another dog supporter watching us.
That's one of my mates. That's Stevie. That's Scooby. Scooby-Doo. If you don't know why. Yeah, anyway. Thanks for joining us, guys. We bleed it. We live it. Red V, Dragon for life. Red V's a part of me. And come on, everybody. Say it with me. Let's go. Come on, Dragons fans. Fire! Thanks, guys. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Big T.
Coco is at Pell's heart, she wears it on her sleeve. As Mustard tells tales of dragons, wins and tuna victory. Tony and the MD crew will do their very best. Hitting up topic and I digress with a red V on our chest. The Mad Dragon podcast is a sheep of camaraderie. Navigating rants down rabbit holes in the land of big red V. And so I peddle a sweet potatoes and our friendship is our dream. The Mad Dragon podcast.